Hopefully, I've convinced you by now, but if you guys don't realize, you can absolutely manifest your specific person no matter what. There is no exception. Then I'm going to convince you in this video. So, when it comes to the law of assumption and manifestation, always remember there is absolutely no exception when it comes to this. If you are going to assume the state, then you are going to see that thing reflected outside of you in your reality, again, with no exception. And I know sometimes it may feel like we are separated or different as compared to things in our external reality. Like it feels like there's some sort of separation between the person you are now and then the person that is with their specific person in the perfect relationship. But truly, there's no difference. That version of you, that reality, is within you right now. And so the first way to really realize this is to remember that your mind, your subconscious mind, does not discriminate between different sort of manifestations. And you've heard me say it on this channel a lot, but it is the truth. So many people begin to separate or categorize their manifestations, right? We think, well, manifesting a free cup of coffee is really easy, but manifesting $1 million is so hard. Or the same thing usually, and I wrote about this in my book, we talk about the idea of specific person manifestation being extremely difficult as compared to everything else. But there truly is no difference. If you go back to the basis of everything, break everything down to its core, including you, you're going to find everything is made up of the same exact thing, which is that energy. So everything is the same. There's no disconnect between you and then your external reality. And I think that thought is going to help you fully grasp and know the power within you right now. But I can't tell you how many times I still get people asking, well, I'm like 90% sure I can manifest. Or they're saying, I can't do it. Others can maybe manifest their SP, but I can't. Or it's going to take too long for me, or I should just give up now because I put too much time and effort and I'm not getting what I want. So all of us probably at some point or another have probably thought or said one of these things out loud in our head, even for just a moment. But the way to get out of this idea, so, because take for the statement of, I'm like 90% sure I can manifest. No, you are 100%, I'm 100% sure that you can manifest anything you want, literally no doubt. But the way out of this sort of thinking is to remember again that everything around you is a manifestation. There's no difference between subconscious manifestations and then conscious manifestations. Obviously, when we become aware of manifesting, we can kind of work against ourselves because we begin to think that it is something very difficult, but it's not. So if you were to think and look around you, like this lamp manifested, this bed manifested, the windows manifested, look around you. Find things in your vicinity, look at them and know you are manifesting and they're there right now at this very moment because you are assuming it to be. And this goes to absolutely everything in your reality. Go look in the corner. Is there dust there? That's a manifestation from you. But also remember, from the smallest speck of dust to the sun rising and setting, that is your assumption. And when you begin to think, okay, I'm creating this dust here, which is like specks subatomic, it's not subatomic, but you know what I mean, really small. And I'm also creating the sun to rise and set. And your subconscious mind finds no difference in those two. I think this is really going to get into your mind and help you in believing that then you manifesting that free cup of coffee, you can manifest your specific person just like that. It's all into the belief. And I know we could make a whole video breaking that down of really, if you think about what are the odds right now that you believe you get a free cup of coffee back. Oh, that's so easy. It's so simple. It's so fast, right? But when I say specific person, I'm like, oh, that's hard, blah, blah. We basically make up all of these circumstances. But again, our assumption is we get free cups of coffee very easily, so then it shows up in our reality in that way. And with our specific person, we're assuming, no, it's got to be hard because of blank, blank, blank. And then that's why we then perceive it to be hard. So with this thinking, now we're really, really thinking about the power that is residing within you. I want you to never, ever forget it. Never forget the power you have to create, to change, to alter, to assume literally anything in your reality. Because if you see the sun, you see the stars, you see the moon, you see the earth rotating, and you go, okay, if I'm powerful enough to do that, then I could make my specific person absolutely love me. Because again, you need to remember, everyone is you pushed out. And why wouldn't you want to love yourself? Why do you feel that there's something wrong with you that your specific person wouldn't love you? Look at you. You're positive, abundant, beautiful, amazing, inside and out, a beacon of light and positivity. So why would you ever assume that your specific person wouldn't like you? That, to me, looking at you right now, that makes no sense to me. That is a really confusing statement for you to ever say to me, that you think your specific person, well, that they wouldn't like you, or that you could never get them. That does not compute in my brain. And so then all of these ideas are rooted in the quote. Again, it's a super cheesy, well-known common quote. I think it's Henry Ford who said, whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. And it's like, that's the amazing part of manifestation, right? We can do whatever we want, receive anything we want, and we're meant to feel positive and abundant during the whole process. So I want to give you a metaphor whenever you begin to think or believe that you can or you can't do something. Well, basically, when you feel like you can't do something. And this metaphor is really going to shine light on it. And I want you to think about it anytime you begin thinking, I can't manifest my SP. Everyone else can manifest, but I can't. It's too hard. I'm only 70% sure I could do it. Think of this analogy whenever you get into that aspect. And I actually thought of this metaphor and analogy when someone came to me really in a disbelief. They didn't believe that they could do it. Like throughout, inside and out, they just didn't believe that they could do it. But really, you yourselves contain the door of change within you at any given time. I can, with all my videos, walk you through it, show you it, tell you how much power is within, but you need to truly believe it yourself. It's not enough for me to believe it for the both of us. I need you to really start believing me that I believe you can have anything you want. But here's the analogy. Let's say we're both fishermen, okay? We're out on the boat and we're getting ready, we got our tackle box, we got our fishing poles, we got everything ready and able. And I'm someone who has fished this stream before. And you're coming in, but you love fishing. It's your favorite thing ever. And I am like, specifically, you need to use this bait to catch the fish that are in this river. And you, again, loving fishing, not really being aware, you're like, you know what? I don't need that bait. I'm just going to cast my pole and hope for the best. And then time goes more off, like it just keeps going. And the whole day, we're left without any fish. And so would you say to me, again, in that analogy, and again, it's just a metaphor, would you tell me 100% honesty that there are no fish in this stream or this river or this pond or this lake, wherever you imagined us fishing together? Would you say that there are no fish in there because you didn't catch any? You would say that would definitely be our first thought. We'd be like, oh, there's just no fish in there, because it's the easiest way to think. But really, you'd have to think, was I using the correct bait to catch these fish that are around me right now? And that's the idea when it comes to assuming or feeling into the state. Many times, and again, we've all done, I've done it before. I know probably each and every one of us have thought this way. When we try to do something in a way that doesn't necessarily work, and our first thought is, well, I guess that's it. It's not going to work for me. I can't do it, right? It's easy to say that. It's a little slightly harder to say, okay, what can I actually begin to do differently? And right now in this video, the first thing I want you to do is to really assume and know the power. If you don't understand the power within you, if you're not using the baits to get the fish in the river, it's going to feel like there are no fish when the whole river could be swarming with them. All of these amazing manifestations are waiting to come into your reality. We just need to put the right bait on the hook, on the string or whatever. You're going to cast it in one time and you're going to get more success than you ever have. But it all begins with this feeling or understanding of the power residing within you at this very moment. I hope you guys liked the video today. If you did have any questions or comments on this, just leave it in the comment section below. Remember, you can also reach out to me on my website if you want one-on-one coaching or just to send me a personal question. Head over to kyleaugustcoaching.com. Don't forget to leave a thumbs up on this video, and then don't forget to subscribe as well. But thank you so much for stopping by today, and I can't wait to see you in the next video.